Hey guys, so today is going to be day 4 of the vlogs, the daily vlogs. So what we've got going on, not much going on today. So I actually just got done talking to Jeremy and this kid got in an accident. It was so crazy. It was a hit and run accident and the dude just kind of like slammed into him at a stoplight and then just kind of kept on going. It was ridiculous. And like the picture of his car is like, that thing's pretty much gonna be totaled. So yeah, so that guy's gonna be gone and we're working out a plan as to how we can get him into a Subaru. We're thinking like, kind of like, I was looking at a Subaru, what was it? A Subaru Outback, like 90, I was looking at 99s to around like 2003, 2004, because you can get a manual transmission in them, heated seats, relatively a luxurious vehicle. So yeah, we're gonna be looking into those to kind of get him into something that's relatively inexpensive and something just kind of that's got the storage capacity of his vibe, but will actually be able to allow him to go up in the mountains and just kind of just like have a decent driving experience versus what he went through the with the vibe. So yeah, but right now I've just pretty much cleaned out baby girl. I've done a full interior clean on her. I do full interior cleans on baby girl probably like every other time I wash her. So probably like every like 2 or 3 times a month. I'll do like a full interior clean where I just vacuum down everything, where I kind of like use my leather cleaner and kind of clean this up and then just kind of vacuum it and kind of put like a protectant layer down. And so it's just so clean and pristine, and it smells amazing in here. So yeah, I just kind of spent like the past like hour or so just manual transmission, baby. Can't beat that. But yeah, like I said, I just spent like kind of like the past like hour and a half just kind of cleaning up baby girl, cleaned up the back seats and everything, then went through the engine and kind of just like cleaned up a couple of things with there, like reduced some of the dust that's there, and I was kind of checking things out. And I noticed that like baby girl's leaking some oil. I've got to figure out what in the world was causing that. I'm gonna see if one of the guys at the shop can look at it for me, as well as she needs an oil change. With as many miles we've been driving, going down to Denver, kind of like my oil service indicator, so I'm like, hey, you've got like 15-20 miles before you're gonna need a service on the oil. So it's just kind of like one of those things where we're gonna have to get done. But yeah, so kind of just baby girl. Right now I still need to do a car wash on her, but the interior's clean. That's like the most important thing, is I want to definitely make sure that the interior is clean. As well as earlier today, the insurance adjuster came out to look at baby girls, like right here where I hit Jimmy's garage first time. And then he also took a couple pictures of, I'll show you this over here, of kind of this. Oh, that's a perfect view. So you can kind of see right there, which is like where I hit the second part of Jimmy's garage. And then it also tore off right there. It tore off the what's that thing called? It's like the guard for, like, if like a door opens and like if you're parked next to somebody and they open up your door, this bad boy right here is going to protect that. I forget the name of it, but it's like a bumper guard or whatever you want to call it. So it tore that piece off. You can kind of see like the rivets and everything. So it tore that off. And yeah, so he just kind of came over and took a look at it and kind of, he was really cool and said, it's just like, yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write up an estimate for you, and within the next couple of days we'll get a check cut, and then you can kind of go to whoever you need to do to kind of have that fixed and everything. So hopefully AAA is able to kind of pull through with me on that one. But also the hail damage as well. I'm still waiting to kind of figure out what they're gonna do with the hail damage and kind of just figure that piece out as well. But yeah, she's so sexy. I love baby girl, but she's gonna require a little bit of work. You can kind of see, can I go back? Yeah, you can kind of see, like, let me see if I can point to it. Like right there is kind of like one of the major dents that's in the hood that they're gonna need to kind of pop out. That's from hail. And yeah, but she's just been so good to me, but she's gonna take quite a bit of time and money to kind of get her back in full operating condition. So I know that I've got to fix the oil, figure out what's going on with that. I've got to do the front suspension. I need to, the front suspension I'm going to have completely replaced. I'm going to do the back as well. I'm going to replace them both with Koni yellows. So originally I had Koni yellows on all four corners, but something happened when I was in Mount Pleasant, Texas, and I think that just like the rough roads just completely demolished those shocks. So I had to shop in Dallas replace them. And for some odd reason, I don't know if they just didn't look at the VIN correctly or I just didn't tell them, but they replaced it with non-sport shocks. So I've got, I think they're Bilsteins actually. So I've got Bilsteins in the front, but they're kind of like the OEM or the OE non-sport shocks. So I'm gonna have that replaced, as well as there's a clunking noise coming from the back. It's either the back left or the back right. I believe that is one of my sway bar end links is kind of making that noise. So I'm gonna have that checked out. But the main things that I'm worried about is I want to kind of get like the drivetrain things kind of worked out. So the engine, which I'll kind of open the trunk and show you that. So the engine I want to make sure is, man, this car looks beautiful. So the engine I want to make sure is up and running, then kind of drivetrain, and then I'll worry about the suspension components. Well, primarily just the, primarily just the, I can't think. Primarily just kind of like the end links, kind of making sure that those are done. And like once we've got that finished up, we'll be able to attack kind of like the smaller like little pieces of it. But yeah, so here's the engine, and then like there's a leak going on from like right in this area. I think it might be my valve cover gasket, but I'm not 100% sure. As well as kind of like I look down towards in this area, and like right like where the belly pan is at, it's there's some oil collecting there. So I've got to figure out what's going on with that. Well, I'm going to figure out what's going on with that, and then yeah, just kind of use the money that I've kind of been saving to get baby girl fixed and get her back into pristine condition. So I'll actually kind of show you right here. Like, I'm not sure, I think this is baby girl's, but I'm not sure. So I think like that's kind of like pulled from like when it was parked backwards, as well as we've got a little bit right there that came from baby girl. I'm almost sure that those weren't there before I got here. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it into the shop, have it looked at, and kind of report back on like what I find right there. But so yeah, so that's kind of day 3 for us. So yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off right now. I've got a couple things to do. What do I have to do today? I don't know, we'll figure it out. So talk to you guys in a little bit, bye. Hey guys, right now I'm just kind of chilling on the couch watching a movie called Forever Strong, and then kind of like multitasking as well. I'm reading tactics, I'm journaling as you can see, and then I'm also kind of thinking about a couple things. And I was kind of thinking that like there's 2 things that have kind of like I want to accomplish that I think they're definitely going to be difficult tasks, but I'm going to grow from them. So the first task, or the first thing that I want to do, is kind of like my time at Lowe's. I want to work on a ranch. I don't know why, but I feel that if I work on a ranch, that it's going to instill a certain type of work ethic in me that I've had, but it's currently not being, that I haven't exercised in a while. I haven't put that type of work ethic into play. And so that's definitely one of the things that I'm going to do. And it's definitely scary, but it's one of the key things that I feel like I need to do in order for me to unlock my full potential, to step into who it is that I truly am. I'm not sure how or when I'm going to do it, but that's one of the things that I'm going to do, is to step into my, how should I put this? To step into my greatness by kind of implementing and starting to, this is kind of difficult, to just kind of like get out there to put my worth ethic to the test. That's kind of like, and I feel like being on a ranch and just kind of being like a ranch hand for like, we'll say a month or so. Like that's something that like I feel like I would definitely grow from, and I'd definitely like be able to kind of bring out that work ethic, that very hard discipline lifestyle that I used to have, but I kind of lost with JBS. The second thing is, while watching this movie at Forever Strong, it's a rugby based movie, and I'm not sure where this is coming from, but I get the feeling that I want to expand my horizons. I want to travel to different places. And like one of the places I want to travel to is a place where rugby's a major thing, because it's such a different culture than what I'm used to in Michigan, Texas, Mississippi, and Colorado. I don't know why, but I feel like I've peaked here in Colorado. Like I know that there's more that I can learn, but I guess I need to figure out how I can learn that and what I need to do to actually get out there and like learn and challenge myself. So, yeah, jumping back to kind of like wanting to travel to a place that's like got rugby, just getting into a different environment. And I feel like once I move to Denver, that'll be a help, and just kind of like leaving where I'm currently at, that'll be helpful. But I'm starting to feel like I'm called to somewhere else, somewhere out of Colorado. So we'll kind of see how that goes, and like obviously we'll take you guys on that journey. But yeah, this is kind of just something that I was thinking about and just wanted to make a quick video kind of before I forgot about it. So I'm actually gonna, so I don't forget about it, I'm gonna write it down right now. Write down those two things that I've kind of got going through my head, is kind of the ranch hand as being number one, and then number two as traveling and visiting places where rugby is a predominant sport. So, alright, see you later.